Camping Gear TV. I'm Josh.
I'm Ben.
And today we're looking at another product by Jansport, Mrs. Sport herself. What do we got here?
A backpack, obviously, because that's how Jansport does it.
Right. That's how she does it?
Yeah, that's how she does it. So Jansport, I think a lot of us like to think, I've said this before, we like to think of, backpacks for school and things like that. But Jansport is, in recent years, actually for a long time to be honest, plays in a whole new ball game as well. A whole different ball game, I should say.
Really?
Yeah.
All by themselves?
No, they play with a lot of competitors, but they handle themselves real well. And, it's just the whole outdoor backpack line that they have is really, really superb. Last year, when we had our best of 2011, or I'm sorry, best of 2010, the gear that we selected, in different categories, for the gear that we selected, or the piece of gear we selected for best backpack was from Osprey. And they great backpack. And this Jansport is starting to become a favorite for me.
Yeah.
Really, really good backpack. This is I don't know how exactly to pronounce this, so I'm just going to take a shot here. The Tehipite regular 42-liter backpack.
Okay.
The design on this, which we're going to get into in a second, is kind of cool. It's like an internal, external frame backpack, and you're going to be like, well, what the hell is that?
I really like the color.
Yeah, I do too.
Purple's my favorite.
See, you say purple,
right?
But I see it as gray or black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah. No purple in there. What's the matter with you?
I still like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, 42-liter pack, super great. I really happen to like that size range in backpacks, 42-liter. 42 liters to me is like the type of pack you're going to be taking out for 2 to 3 days.
You could go a lot longer.
Depending on how many people you're with and what you get in your group.
Yeah.
But
nice size pack.
Yeah, those are the types of trips that I like. The 2 to 3 day trip, maybe a 4-day trip. And you can, in a pack this size, if you are packed appropriately, you can get a sleeping bag, you can get a tent.
Of course.
Changes of clothes, you can carry your food, your eating system.
Adult diapers.
Adult diapers if you need to go that route. So, and if you go over to Jansport's site, they have a whole line of backpacks that are outdoor packs, but then they have a special line that's called the Cloud Ripper series. And this pack is part of that series. And we've looked at some other packs in the past from the Cloud Ripper series that have been some smaller day packs that have been really, really good.
Yeah.
But this is 42 liters. This is obviously an overnight pack, or can go as far as an overnight pack. I've used this on day hikes too. And it works really well. It's still small enough that you can load it in with just a few items, and it's still plenty comfortable, good enough to the material breathes.
Yeah.
I can see here. I got some dirt here and stuff. I will say that
some dirt.
Yeah, one time when I took this out, I was on some wet rock, and long story short, your old pal Ben tumbled a couple times. I slipped and I fell.
That's because you don't want to use trekking poles.
Well, not necessarily. Okay, maybe part of that happened to be that way. But the rock was also slippery, and people slip with trekking poles all the time.
True.
Okay, so now
I did not slip.
No, you did not slip. That is correct. Josh did not slip. Josh had trekking poles. Ben did slip. Ben did not have trekking poles.
Thus, Ben is retarded.
Right, exactly. So, but the real lesson here is that this held up over multiple beatings against the rock. Material didn't tear, anything like that. Very, very, very comfortable. So we'll get close-ups of a lot of this stuff. Why don't we put Gary in your lap for a second?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna
put him over here so it's not inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. If I put him right in the middle,
right.
I don't.
We go from PG-13 to R.
Right.
Right. We'll keep PG-13.
Yeah.
So here is the frame that I was talking about here. So this is more of a type of a frame that you would maybe see for an internal pack, but they have it on the outside of the pack. Okay, when you think of internal or external frame, you think of the big bar that loops up over your head. Something that is maybe like an inch in diameter.
Seeing more and more of that lately.
Yeah, and so this here is not nearly that size of frame. You know, it's
Right.
a lot smaller. This is the Arch Rival suspension system with tubular aluminum perimeter stay for lightweight, flexible load
Yeah.
distribution. Getting ahead of yourself there, Chief.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it back
Yeah,
together.
yeah, please do. So, you're getting out of hand. You're gonna have to be reprimanded. Remember that time where we talked about if you got out of line, you would sit in the corner and Gary would take over for the rest of the episode?
Is that
We're getting close to it. It's
Okay.
not gonna happen
Right.
if you can remain calm for the rest of the episode.
right?
So we'll get a close up of this, but you can see it's just a really, really cool design, and I think it's really comfortable, and it's definitely one of the more comfy packs that I've worn. Not necessarily because of the frame, but the padding on the back too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fully padded EVA back panel.
Nicely vented.
Very, very nice. Got a little mesh coating, and the foam itself has holes maybe all throughout the padding that are maybe just a little smaller than a dime.
Substantially, depth of
Yeah.
the padding back there.
Right,
It's
and-
like the padding is probably that thick.
And it's perforated the whole way down.
Right.
Okay, another interesting design in this pack, okay, which Josh was kind of like getting into just a second ago,
Yeah.
is that this pack is designed to hold a bladder. But normally when a pack is designed to hold a bladder, it holds it on the inside.
Right.
This one has it on the outside. It's in between
Yeah.
the pack and the panel,
I think it's pretty cool.
the foam panel.
Yeah.
So some of that might just be like preference.
Is now the time?
Now's the time.
All right. So there's a couple little snaps on either side, right? You can unsnap this. You can zip the panel down about halfway like this, and then it's easy to get in there and get your bladder situated. You bring it up. There's a little loop even here for the hose that comes out of the bladder or the tube, so that it's situated properly right up out of the middle.
Right, and then on the hold on now, come on now, settle down now. On the shoulder strap, there's a flexible little piece of material here, stretchy
Right.
material that I believe you can also use to kind of clip the hose
Yep.
on the packs
Right.
there too.
Yep. So the hose can come through the back, up and around, attached to the strap.
There you go.
Time for bed.
Set it
Put
and
them to bed.
set it and forget it. So some other things that are kind of unique to the Jansport design here on this pack is that so it has mesh pockets on the side. Nothing new there. Okay, everyone's got packs that's got mesh pockets on the side
Yep.
where you put your water bottle.
Yep.
Now where Jansport takes it a step up
Mm-hmm.
or a step further
Yeah.
is they have something called the VersaWing system here.
This is nice. Pay attention to this.
Okay, so you see
Look
here,
at that. You
They-
can put a soccer ball in that.
right, a giant mesh pocket here
Yeah.
that you can utilize as one large pocket.
Big ass pterodactyl leg in there.
Right, exactly. Or, if you're like on the Jurassic Park island and you're trying to get pterodactyl eggs themselves out, and you're like, ah man, that's a little too big of a pocket, they'll kind of jostle around in there and perhaps crack.
Yeah.
What you can do then is you take the line that's in the middle
Yeah.
and you snap it to a hook
Okay.
here,
Okay.
and now the VersaWing turns
Oh.
into two mesh pockets. So I can put my bottle in the side here,
The egg over there.
and possibly an egg, or you can put the egg right here and some other goodies to help
Right.
protect the egg.
Right. How many eggs could you get in this bag? Probably. Pterodactyl eggs.
Pterodactyl eggs.
Well, 2 in each side pocket, right? One here and one here.
I would think you can get three
Really?
in the side. Yeah,
They're pretty big eggs, though.
they are. But the thing is, if you put two in, it's too loose. Again, the jostling you want to be aware of. So I don't know how many dinosaur hunters we have
That's fair.
in the audience.
Yeah. Well, there's more and more.
It's definitely become it's like geocaching has now kind of like taken a back seat to dinosaur hunting.
Right.
People are like, all right, geocaching is kind of lame now. It's not exciting
Yeah. I want a
enough.
Stegosaurus.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, grab my notes again. So, those are kind of like the main things I would say that differentiate this, or that kind of, are the main features in this pack's design. Okay, obviously it's a top-loading pack, which is great. You can stuff a ton of stuff into the main compartment of the packs. And, whoops. So, here, main compartment here, and then a couple packs, or a couple small pockets on the front. Okay, and I like this type of design, but the one thing you always got to remember then is that if you have stuff at the bottom of your pack, you got to go all the way to the bottom, you know, to get, if there's no other access, you got to take everything out to get what you have at the bottom of the pack perhaps.
Right.
And so you're kind of dealing with that with this pack here.
Right.
So, but you know, it does have, you know, it does have these pockets up top and on the front to put some stuff in.
Sure.
And this front pocket, actually, I don't know, there's something about this pack that when I first got it, and it's like, yes, I know it's 42 liters, but like when it came, it was all compressed and all tight. I was like, man, this just doesn't look like it can hold a lot. And then the more I was taking it out and the more I was loading into it, you can load a lot of gear into this pack.
Oh yeah.
So that's really, really good. So, you know, the fact that it has more than just the main pocket, which most bags do,
Yeah.
it definitely helps. So let's see here. We talked about the panel, the VersaWing, you know, as we were looking at before, the hip belt. Again, more EVA foam, super comfortable, you know, and even once we get past the mesh, you know, it's got more pockets there. So, you know, I like a hip belt that's loaded with pockets. I think, again, that's the design that everyone's kind of utilizing these days, you know, which is really, really good. It just helps you to keep more gear, and, you know, it can help keep some items closer to you instead of having them all the way at the bottom of your backpack.
It's fairly lightweight.
Mm-hmm. It's 3 pounds, 3 ounces. 3 pounds in my mind for 42 liters. I think we're on the lighter side of packs at that point, which I think is really, really good.
Considering all the functionality here, I would have to agree.
Yeah, once you get into, like, you know, you think that a lot of times you'll see 5 to 6 pounds for a 60-liter packs. And so I think this is ahead of the curve as far as, you know, the liter per weight ratio.
Right.
So 3 pounds, 3 ounces, really, really good.
Yeah.
17-inch torso, 26.7 inches height, 13.3 inches wide, 9.8 inches deep, 42 liters. So that's kind of the stats on the pack, all really, really good. We got ISAC loops on the front. I don't think that this is really, you know, people are going to be taking this mountaineering. I think, you know, that you're maybe going to look in some other places, but nonetheless, they're there. And
perfect for trekking poles too.
Yeah, you can definitely put some stuff like that in there. And if they're annoying you, if the straps are annoying you, you can actually remove them.
Oh, really?
From the you know, the strap holders on the pack. So that's really good.
Yeah.
One thing that's nice about the compression straps on the side is they are Z-shape in design. So you see it zigzags, so it helps you kind of, it's not just one area you're tightening, it's two that kind of help, you know, pull the pack in more. And that's what I was saying, that like even though it's 42 liters, that's a little bit above a normal day pack size in my opinion, but still the pack is light enough, it's fast enough, it's cool enough, and the compression is real nice. The compression is good enough that, you know, you can put a couple items in here and you're totally fine using this for a day hike. You know, really, really good. The zippers, another nice feature is they have loops at the end of the zippers, so you can get a meatier pull on the zipper. So, you know, that also helps.
That is cool.
So I kind of like that. That might be 90% of what this pack has to offer. So,
a lot to offer there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we got
compartments up here.
Yeah, you know, there's a handle here for the pack in the back. So just a lot of adjustability as far as the straps go. You know, you can adjust the heights on both straps, on the upper and bottom part of the strap.
Right.
And so I found this to be very customizable. I don't know, just the size of this pack, everything for me. I am 5'7" and some change.
You always throw that change in there.
Because I'm a little taller than 5'7". Look, I'm trying to get every single bit I can get.
I understand.
You know?
I understand.
Yeah. So it's just the way that it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a very tall person.
What are you gonna do?
But this pack is, you know, it fits me very well.
Right.
And I like it a lot. Plus, I know that at 42 liters, I just know that it's making me work a little to make sure that I'm taking exactly what I need, nothing more, nothing less. I'm not going to get in a situation where I think that this pack is going to be loaded up to like 40 pounds, which ends up being tough.
I think that 40 to 50 range is really, really perfect for most
40 to 50
situation.
pounds or liters?
Liters.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And so, I can then, hopefully I can get my pack to being under 30 pounds, which is a great weight. It's a nice size. I can move quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be out for a week, you might need a bigger pack, and then obviously more work is involved during that time. And like I said, I guess I'm more prone to like the 3-day trip time. I just happen to like that one.
Right. Right.
So maybe it's because I just don't get a whole lot of time to go out for 2 weeks. Maybe that's part of it. So
Welcome to the club.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So really good stuff. So you can get this online right now for $160. Not a whole lot of places you can get this at. This is a new line for Jansport. The Cloud Ripper series came out a little while ago, and then the Tehipite and then some other ones that part of this line were added to the Cloud Ripper series, and I think they're just pushing them out on the market now. But I believe there's one store you can get them at for $160, and I'm sure they'll be expanding later on. So definitely keep your eye out on it. Go check out Jansport's website though. We've got a ton of packs from them actually, and there's a pack that I use that we reviewed before that is just kind of like my mainstay, my everyday briefcase, if you will. That I really like. They make comfortable backpacks, and I've learned to look to them more than just the everyday, I'm going to school type backpack. Really, really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So jansport.com, make sure you go check them out. We've got a lot of backpacks coming up. Seems like there's always a lot of great backpacks out there, a lot of great companies, and I almost want to liken them to shoes.
Right.
It's like everyone's making just really great backpacks, really great gear, and I think it's just a matter of you getting out and trying out some stuff, going to your store, talking with other people, getting online and looking at other forums and seeing what people are saying and finding which backpack is right for you.
I think that's the key.
Yeah, it's not that this one is better than the next one, it's just it's what's right for you. This is a really nice backpack.
I like it a lot. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed looking at this backpack, but we'll definitely take a look at some other ones. Josh has a great backpack coming up that we'll be sure to feature very shortly. But until then, he's Josh, he's Gary, I'm Ben, and we are CampingGearTV.com.
Go!